Shaq, Sammy Hagar, first of all, thank
who
you for doing this.
Mr. Van Halen, Mr.
Well,
Cabo
it's funny
Wabo.
you say that because the first time I had anything, when we played the Forum years ago probably, and you left a tennis shoe in our dressing room.
And you stole it?
Well, it disappeared. I think Eddie's got the damn thing, but it was so big, I thought it was a joke. I'm saying, oh, this is really funny, man. This is all cool. And the guy said, no, that's really his shit. And I went, damn. But anyway, something happened to that shoe. I might need another one. What size shoe is that?
22.
42?
No, 22.
Oh, shit. Oh, that's all.
Yeah, 22.
We're 8.5. Anyway, I never met you before, but when I was asking around my friends, hey, anybody meet Shaq? Everybody said, oh, the greatest guy in the world. Oh, the nice guy in the world. Just like you, man. He's a lot like you. I'm going, he's a lot like me. What have we got in common? So, but they said that, you know, you like dabbling in business, and obviously here you go.
Yes.
So what else besides Chicken Shack? What other?
Well, I own 4 other entities in Vegas at the Paris Hotel. Hex, Alexa.
That's next door to the Cabo Wabo.
Yeah, it sure is. Hex and Alexa. And I own Beer Park upstairs, and I own Chateau. And I own this right here, which is called Big Chicken. And I have my hands in a lot of things. When I was coming up, it was always a tale that all athletes went broke. Not all, but most athletes went broke after they stopped performing. I didn't want to be one of those guys, so I really started studying business at an early age, obtained my master's degree, went and got my doctorate, and just, learned about business. And what I take from my world into business is it's all about teamwork. Like this Big Chicken, of course I don't run it, but I do have a point guard, I have a power forward, I have guys that run it, and it's my job to manage them and lead them in a positive direction. And if I take what I learned from basketball and move it over into the sports world, I thought it would be very successful.
Well, when did you start playing basketball?
I started playing at 9.
Were you really already?
Yeah, I was already bigger than everybody. I always tell this story. I remember one time when I was 9, playing in the championship game, had 50 points. We were blowing this team out 60-2. So a parent from the opposition came and grabbed his kid, and he looked at the referee and officials. He said, no way this kid is 9 years old. This kid is 9 years old. He's going to be the best NBA player ever. Took his kid and walked off, and my father was like, see, you're going to be the best. You're going to be better. And I remember that story vividly. So it was always bigger. But once I started getting older, I realized that I wasn't that good yet. And the fortunate thing for me is my life has always been peaks and valleys. As a youngster, started off terrible. Best 5th grader. Not the best 6th grader, 7th grader, 8th grader. Best 9th grader. Not the best sophomore, not the best junior. Best senior. Not the best college freshman, not the best sophomore, best junior. Go to the NBA. Oh, you're not the best NBA player. Magic is still here, Jordan is still here, Barkley is still here. So being that I knew how to fall down and pick myself back up, it was a good thing.
So, business. What's driving you today? Still the same old thing, or do you think it's, from the past? Or?
I set goals for myself. So now that I'm done playing, just want to remain successful. The best thing I did after I made a lot of money is to stop thinking about money. So when you don't have anything, you're like, I got to get 10 million, I got to get 50 million. So now that I got that, I don't even think about it. And I'm very, very strategic at what I do. And if it's good, if it's coming from the right place, 8 out of 10 times it will be successful.
Okay, but I have a silly thing.
Yep.
Let's call this or that. You and the Pisces, this is really f***ed up for Pisces, and I can say that. Well, because you guys can't make up your mind about you.
Yeah, we can't. At all.
You just dangle the bait. And
all the time.
But, okay, just one or the other. If you want to say, yeah, you can do it because you're Shaq, and I wouldn't fucking argue with the guy your size, even if I was tough, which I am. Music or movies?
Music.
Miami or LA?
Miami.
Kenny Smith or Charles Barkley?
Kenny Smith. I hate Charles Barkley. I hate him.
I did a TV show with him when he was so rude to me. I have never been treated. Oh, he was rude to me. He was dogging me, man. And, for no reason, too. I mean,
treat my guy like that, I'm going to get you.
Yeah. Basketball or cha-ching, whoever wrote that one down.
Basketball or cha-ching?
Yeah.
Cha-ching all day.
Yeah?
Oh, yeah.
Damn. Yeah, as I mentioned, some of the biggest bands in the world have residencies here all year round. And guess what? We're going to visit one of them right now. And this band is the one and only, old good buddies of mine, Def Leppard, baby. Hey, Red Rocker, Sammy Hagar, we are back, and I'm sitting here backstage at this wonderful theater at Planet Hollywood, and I'm talking with Joe Elliot of Def Leppard, a person I've known for 40 years.
But 40 years this month.
Exactly. We're having an anniversary conversation.
Yeah, we are.
My first time in England, I did a British tour of Sammy Hagar, Street Machine record, which I know this because it just turned 40 years old
Right,
Sunday.
there you go.
So long story short, my manager's going, these guys are really great, man. You got to stay and come early. You got to see them, And I'm going, they're kids, man. I got kids.
He was not wrong.
I almost have kids their age. I might have. And it's like seeing you guys then and sitting here with you now and seeing all that you've been through and went through everything. The fact that you guys stuck together and did all that, and you're still here today and doing better than ever, or as good as ever.
Yeah, easily.
I mean, how did that happen for you? I mean,
well, the sticking together part was kind of simple, really. We came from a real Northern English working class background, where you just know that you're either going to become a soccer player, a musician, or a bank robber. That's it. Or it's factory life. And if you want something outside of a factory, there were your three options.
Did you try your hand at the other two?
Yeah,
or did you just go in and sing?
Actually, Rick Savage was on an apprentice soccer player for Sheffield United.
What about the bank robber?
The bank robbery thing, no. I think the closest I came to being a felon was breaking into a few gigs up drain pipes and through toilet windows and stuff like that, T-Rex or Bowie or whatever. But the sticking together part just comes from that working class background of like, you've got this possibly only one chance to do something with your life that's so extraordinary compared to what everybody else in your kind of locale is doing, that we were scared to do anything but, And when Rick lost his arm, the way that we'd become, even then, only 5 years as a band, we were so tight that we were like, well, it's like you don't kick your brother out, your family, if he has an accident. So if he can't do this, it's up to him to tell us. And that gave him the confidence to give it a go.
It's so cool. I mean, so unheard of in rock. I mean, I've been thrown out of so many bands. I mean, it's like you go all the way with these people to the top, sell a gazillion records and do all this stuff, and then all of a sudden they throw you out for some ego trip or something.
Yeah.
Because, it's like
I never
there's
got
so
that,
much,
especially those two bands. Two of my favorites.
I've been thrown out of two, but it's okay. I'm happy, but it's just so funny how some people just have different attitudes. It's a wonderful thing.
It seems to be kind of like a very British thing. Like the Rolling Stones are kind of, the core of that band is tight. The Beatles were tight until they split up. They never had a lineup change. A couple of times they had a stunt drummer, I think, when Ringo had tonsillitis. The longer we go on doing this, the more cool it feels to be the same people. So when little kind of personal issues come up, we all have this internal kind of memo that's like, don't even worry about it, because in 3 weeks' time this will have all gone away, and look what we would have thrown away if we let that take over, and it never has.
How do you guys write songs in the band? What's the system?
It's changed over the years. In the original days with Mutt, he said, don't come in with songs, because I'm just going to tear them apart. Okay, so we would come in with riffs, and he would groove on a riff, and Mutt would go, that's great. What have we got to glue onto that? And then somebody else would come out with. So a great example is the song Hysteria, the title track of the album. The jangle bit was Sav, the bridge bit was Phil, I think, and the chorus was Steve. And then me and Mutt came up with the melodies and the lyrics.
So you guys
Total
all
team.
write as a band?
But we did, but then come 93, 96 onwards, we would start coming in with songs, because everybody had home studios, and we would just program the drums, play the bass, play rough guitar, do a vocal, and go, got this song, and they go, okay, well, just replace the guitars, keep the vocal. The demo became the song on a lot of our stuff.
But you still all write together?
Yeah, we do. We write together, we write apart, we just do whatever works. It's always the song wins. The song is the boss. Not any one of the five of us. The song's the boss. If it's a great song, we do it.
Why do you think that the longevity? Where's the longevity?
Here's my kind of analogy of it. We're just a big jet, or a jet, and we were going through a ton of turbulence in the 90s, but sooner or later turbulence goes away, and then blue
Smooth
sky.
flying again. Wow.
You know, and
man.
here's the thing. What we had, which we just had to wait for the people that were 16-year-old fans, they're now married with a mortgage and a kid, to come back round to being able to afford to come back out and join the club. Because we're still here. You know, we just, the audience went away, but they've all come back. But they've come back bigger. Last year was our most successful tour or year in our entire career.
That's
bigger than '88.
Congratulations.
Bigger than
That's
88.
so freaking awesome. Well, you guys made great music. I tell you, that's the other thing. Bands that didn't have a great catalog, they're not quite doing what you and Sharon did.
Well,
you
you've
guys
got the Eagles and you've got Fleetwood Mac, and then you've got the other 900,000 bands from that time period. You know what I mean?
No, you guys put, I mean.
And there's also a last man standing aspect to it as well. The longer we stay around, all the other bands split up and leave. You know, and somebody will pick up their iPad and they'll go, oh, such and such have split up, and we'll go, one more notch up the ladder.
I have this silly little thing called This and That. Let's
Okay.
just wrap this thing right up.
Sure, man.
Now, this year you're not allowed to go Pisces on me. You're not a Pisces.
No, I'm not. I'm a Leo.
Oh, well, the Leos would have no trouble with this or that.
Chest beating frontman and all that sort of
Opinionated
power,
fuckers.
right?
Yeah,
Robert
yeah,
Plant.
real Robert. Yeah, and I got a double Leo in me, by the way. I'm a Libra with a double Leo.
Okay.
Okay. The singer or the song?
The song.
Boom. Residency or straight up tour?
Tough one. I love the same bed for a month. Tour.
Fame or fortune?
Fame.
Montrose or Van Halen?
Oh, Montrose. No doubt. You can't take the 13-year-old kid out of me. I'm sorry. Never gonna happen.
Who's more important, the front man or the lead guitarist?
The front man.
Yes, absolutely. And what's most important for his song? Melody, groove, or lyric?
Melody. I'll tell you why. Because Japanese kids can whistle the melody, but they can't sing the words.
Yeah, it's xenoglossic. It has no, you don't.
Yeah.
Exactly.
It doesn't matter. You know, you can have instrumental versions of a great song. The melody's always going to be the killer. I learned that accidentally off Lennon and McCartney. It's all about the melody. Those guys could sing, but they weren't, you know, the melodies were better than their singing.
Sammy Hagar, David Lee Roth. No, fuck all that. Another rock and roll road trip in the can. Thank you, Joe. I saved him.
And the answer is
Yeah.